Hey guys, welcome back to Dislyte. In today's video, I wanted to do a bit of a beginner's guide to fast progression. Now, this is my second global account. I've been playing it for less than 24 hours, but we have cleared campaign. We've got a 6-star already. We've cleared Chrono 7. It's going quite well. I did use the full 10 stamina refills. So, you know, that's what's allowed me to progress at such a rate. So I wanted to go through all the tips, key tips behind a lot of things like to do with what relics to use, how far to upgrade them, what to do when you're stuck, and all that sort of stuff to help you guys progress. Then at the end, I'll explain to you what I'm going to do tomorrow, and then I'll be back. This will be a bit of a series of this free-to-play account where I only use free-to-play units, and we'll keep progressing through. So I'll make a playlist for this one as well if you're watching this in the future and interested. But yeah, let's get into it. And just before we get into it, guys, I was editing this video and I realized we just hit 50,000 subscribers on this channel, which is huge. I can't thank you guys enough. So we will be doing a $100 giveaway in this video. For those that haven't been involved in my giveaways before, just leave a comment on this video. You can say anything you want and be subscribed to the channel. About a week away, I'll do a draw on a random comment picker website, and then I'll post the winner in a community post, and I'll leave you like the instructions to get in contact with me, and then I'll get you your reward. But once again, guys, thank you so much for the support. The channel was going slow at the start of the year because there wasn't many games coming, but now the games coming in the scene are starting to ramp up, which is really exciting, and looking forward to having a lot of fun on this channel in the coming year. But once again, guys, thanks heaps. Okay, so to kick it off, I'll just show you the account, show you where we're at. So we are still on day 1 of the account. There's about 2 hours left in the day. I've used all my stamina refills, like I said, which stamina is, I really think this system needs a rework. 100 gems for 90 stamina. It's just too expensive, but I am doing it because I still like to progress quick. And that's what I do. I do have 120 stamina that I can claim here. And if you're trying to progress a bit faster, I always recommend looking for the stamina ones here. However, if I do see a purple one, I'm tempted to get it. For this one, the gold, I don't need as much right now. I'd rather get some stamina, so I'd rather actually take a 60 stamina early on. Later on, that might change, but stamina, incredibly valuable in these types of places. But I'll give you guys a quick look at where we're at. So in the story mode, we are in, if we go over here to maps, and then we go to hard mode. So we are into the hard mode. We've cleared the normal campaign. We will do that shimmer summon at the end of the video as well, but we've cleared that. I'm not stuck here. I was just going and doing other stuff, doing dungeons, so I'm going to keep progressing through here. So we are into the hard mode of the campaign. Now, like I said, we've cleared 7 of Chronos, which is where you can start getting 6-star relics. However, if we go here to my Chronos team, I tried autoing it. It took me 6 auto attempts to actually clear it, and this is the team that I am using. Now, you look at it and you say, why is there a blank spot? Because at the moment, Artemis was the only other thing I'm using. And like I've said in previous videos when we talk about the team, Artemis, just like having a 3rd damage dealer, I just don't have enough relics for it. And she's just really weak, and she offers nothing to the team. And in Chronos, she just gets killed by the dropping rock and then procs another attack and just snowballs my defeat quicker. So these are the main 4 units. So I want to talk about that quickly. I've done other videos specifically talking about it, but I just wanted to show you in practice what I'm actually doing, where my relics are at, and then we'll talk about the early progression of the game and the progression of relics. So over here, we got Li Ling. He's on the set that we get through missions. We get that 4-piece set, and we do get the 2-piece set all through missions. Now, this one was one of my drops along the way in Chronos. I think it was like Chronos 6. I got this 5 or 6 or something like that. So obviously, I upgraded to that. Drew is over here. He is on the Hades set that we get. I've always said this because when we get to Li Ling, when we get him to Ascension level 3, he does have self-sustain on his 2nd ability. So I want to give Drew that self-sustain because he's the other squishy member of my team. So he does get that set. On top of that, we've got him on this revenge set, the Sword Avatara, because I want him to proc counterattacks. There's 2 reasons for Drew proccing counterattacks that's really beneficial. First, obviously, he's going to proc his Hades set, which is going to heal him up. Secondly, if he procs this revenge and critically strikes, it's going to reduce the cooldown of his 3rd ability. So that's a really clutch one as well. Moving on from that, we have over here. Now, this set you do get through missions. So that's another mission set. And then these are just some other 4-star ones that I picked up through like my progression through Chronos. And as you can see, like that one's not too bad. It's got HP percent, but this one's like a flat defense, you know, nothing too crazy. And then when we look at Helena at the moment, she's on just like some very basic stuff. And these two are the ones you get through progression. So I haven't really farmed many. I guess you could say I farmed some of these 4 stars and the 1 5-star on him. The rest of the relics that I am using are the ones we get through missions and campaign progression and stuff like that. So that is what we use. Now, as for upgrading your relics, on my damage dealers, I like to do the purples to 9 and the yellows, so the 4 stars to level 9 power up and the 5 stars to level 12. Now, that's pretty much all the upgrading I'm doing. Now, I could upgrade these to 9, but normally with blues, I leave them at 6, and with the green ones very early on, I don't upgrade them at all, unless like it's for a quest. I think there was a quest early on where you get the increased healing set and you had to get them all to 6, and the only ones I had was green ones, so I just upgraded them for a mission. Missions are a priority. If you need to do something for a mission, just do it, but that's my general thing. Blues to 6, purples to 9, and yellows to 12. But keep in mind, not all yellows. It's mainly just this set, like when you're getting cracking, because eventually you'll get a lot of yellows or 5 stars, and they won't have the greatest stats. It's just because these are the first ones you get. They actually give you a nice boost to your progression. Past that, as you can see, like I said, on my support units, because they're built with more tanky stats, I feel like I don't need to spend that gold in doing that. So for my support units, I do the 4 stars to level 6 and the 5 stars to level 9. I just like to save as much gold as I can. If I hit a situation where I'm like, okay, they're dying too much, I need this, then I will adjust and upgrade some things. But I try and, you know, min-max the gold saving as much as possible. And Artemis, who is the last member of my team, like I said, really sucks. She's on a crap set. I don't have the relics for her. She's absolutely useless. Now, I pulled this guy from the start. If I was playing properly, like the account with the units that I had, I would have leveled him up at the start and used him as a controlling unit. Now, the other options we do have as free to play, I actually considered doing Boulder, but yeah, I didn't end up doing, because he's pretty useless. He would just be there literally for a defense buff to mitigate some damage. That's about it. If you had a good controlling unit, the other one I was thinking, as you can see, Bestet here, it says new. That's because I've been wanting to get her to be able to do the fusion. I only pulled her on my last summon that I did, first copy. So she would be another one that I could sub in instead of Artemis. And the other one would be Jian, is that how you say it? Anyway, her, drama chick, because, you know, she's got some control. So like with that last slot, like I said, my team's pretty stable, but with that last slot, I would love to put in one of those more control-y type units. I just left Artemis in because I just didn't really have anything else, and she was just in there, so she was leveled. So, you know, that's the way it happens. As for skill ups, now, when we look at abilities here, I got lucky on my Changpu in that I maxed out these 2 abilities and only put 2 into this one. So she got maxed out well. So she is done. I've got nothing into Helena. I've then focused my efforts on Drew, which he needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can get these 2 maxed without doing this one, I will stop it there. But, you know, we probably won't get that luck again. But that's where we're at. And then obviously Li Ling has no skill ups. We want to save those skill ups for when we do the fusion in the future, which might even be tomorrow I start looking at the fusion. So that is my team. Those 4 members are the core members, and then I want another support unit for the final one. Now, something else you want to keep doing for progression is checking chat, keeping an active friends list, because you want to get those Ripple Dungeon procs for Yeshua and also for what's her face, Dahlia. So I've only had 1 Dahlia proc the whole time. That's the only one I've got. So I want to get my 5 Dahlia procs. Honestly, I would really love to put Dahlia in my team right now, or Yeshua. Either one of those 2 would be the optimal unit. Yeshua, for those that are new and don't know who Yeshua is, she is going to be this one down here. She's a beast. She's got attack up, defense up. She's got invincibility, heal with a recovery, and she's got attack break. She's a beast. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, honestly, I'd be happy just to get myself a Dahlia and then work on the fusion, and then we'll be pretty good. But that's pretty much the main gist. Now, along the way in the story mode, like I said, I gave you the how far I'd like to upgrade my relics and stuff like that. along the story mode, if you start getting stuck, there's a few things you can do. So what I like to do if I am getting stuck is just go ahead and do whatever else there is. So keep in mind, you'll have Cube Miracle that unlocks. Go ahead, do the Cube Miracle. You get Infinite Miracle. Go ahead and do that. You get the Sonic Miracle. Go ahead and grind them up to as far as you can until you start failing. Now, once you do unlock the Sonic Miracle, it's a really good idea to go ahead and get your Awakening 3 on your main units. So if we go here, you can see if I go to Growth, we've got Awaken 3, Awaken 3, Awaken 3, and Awaken 3. I haven't done Artemis because I'm not going to use her. Now I'm stopping at 3 because what that does, it saves me the rest of the resources to work on the fusion earlier. And when we look at the fusion with this team that I have built, because it's very fire heavy with these 2 units, and I don't have a heal block, which is what the water, I call it water. I don't even know what they label these elements as. But if we go in here to the Sonic Miracles, because this is something you want to like start gauging towards, because like I said, tomorrow I'm probably going to start working on the fusion once I can start farming level 7 of these ones, which shouldn't take me too long. So what we want here is, because this one has a heal on the attacks, so I deal weak damage to it, I don't have a heal block, I'm going to struggle at this one. So what I'm going to do is avoid doing that one altogether, and all of these bad boys that you get where you can claim them, you get a bunch of them from the tower and stuff like that, I'm going to use them on the water ones for my fusion characters, because I don't want to try and farm that, because I cleared level 5 of it, but it took me about 5 minutes to do because I don't have a heal block and all that stuff. So what I like to do with these is use these on the gaps of whichever dungeon I cannot farm as well as the others, and that's the way I'm going to stick to it. So that is that progression. So like I said, early game, you'll get a lot of relics given to you, upgrade them to those levels. If you get stuck, you can always farm some experience. Now, I didn't really farm experience until chapter 12, where I farmed the chapter 12, the final chapter experience stage for a bit to get my characters leveled up before I went and beat the boss. Now, the boss on chapter 12 wasn't easy. It took me about probably 8 retries on manual mode to get it, but finally did get it, because once you can break through that chapter 12 boss and then get into hard mode, you get some really nice progression rewards as well. Now, for those wondering, I did make Li Ling my first 6-star, and the way you do that is literally through these missions, through the star promotion missions, which I've completed. If you just follow those missions, they give you all the resources you need to make a 6-star, and that is how you're going to make your 6-star, and that's the gist. So that is the basic progression up to here. I did it really quick because I did a lot of stamina refreshes. This may take like 3 or 4 days to get to this point if you're not doing stamina refreshes. Now, past this point and where I'm going to be going, and I will come back to you guys with another video on this account, is basically I'm going to push story. So I'm at the point, I've got 120 extra stamina today. I'm going to push, let's go back over here into hard mode. I'm going to push hard mode of the story, get as far as I can, because there's some really nice rewards. I think one of the chapters in hard mode gives you like 2 5-star Starimon. So it's like it basically gets you to a second 6-star really quick if you can push through hard mode. So I'm going to push that until I get stuck. If I get stuck, I may farm a little bit of experience because I still do have a lot of leveling up to do on my characters. As you can see, 5-star level 40, 5-star level 44, and 6-star level 50. So we've got a bunch of levels to get into these guys, but I don't like farming experience unless I absolutely need to. So I'm going to push campaign. As soon as I get stuck on campaign, I'm going to go ahead and push the Infinite Miracle as far as I can, and then I'm going to see where I'm at. If then I can farm level 7 of Chronos, I might do like 20 or 30 runs of level 7. See if I can get some nice 4 and 5-star upgrades for my espers to be able to, you know, get them into better relic sets that then can push me into level 8. And if I can get into level 8, I will spend a bit of time farming level 8, getting some upgrades, and then once again, same thing. As soon as I get some upgrades, I jump into campaign, see if I can push campaign, jump into tower, see if I can push tower, get all those juicy rewards, keep leveling up along the way, and keep going. Now, the other thing that I'm going to be doing, if I do go into story mode and start farming experience, I'm hoping I don't have to farm it too early, and I'm hoping I can get a bunch of Experimon along the way. I am going to start leveling up for the fusion. So I'm going to start passively leveling up my Bastet and my 3 of the element units to level 30, getting them to Ascension on level 4, which is to get the Fabrice fusion. Then I'll start working on the secondary part of the fusion. But that's pretty much where my target is for the next day, is grind campaign, grind tower. I think we got a cube reset, which is really nice, so I can get the extra cube stuff. Definitely be watching chat, trying to proc as many of the ripples as I can, trying to get that Dahlia and the Yeshua, because if I can get either one of those two, it will really impact my team for the better. So that's pretty much the projection that I'm looking at. Also, the one thing that I forgot to mention is for these skill ups in these characters, there is the shop. So this, if you've got a lot of good 4 and 5 stars, you might not want to do this. I did it, and I'll do it again after the reset. If we go down here, I bought 5 rare Abilimon, and I didn't even get the elite one. Now, I did this because I knew I was going to be building the rare heroes, and I needed those skill ups to make them fully viable. So I bought into here. Unfortunately, I was 120 points short of the last one, of the third one, of the 6th one, I think it was, however many it was. But yeah, I will do that again. That is up to you. In the future of the game, like on my other account, I'll probably just be buying the epics, but obviously because of what I'm doing here and I'm trying to boost my progression, I do get those rare ones because Changpu for free to play is a really strong option. But that's pretty much the one extra thing that I wanted to cover, and that is the progression. Like I said, just keep pushing campaign as much as you can. You will have to manual stages as best you can. The team is pretty solid for free-to-play players, which is going to be Li Ling, Drew, Changpu, and Helena. Now, if you have better healers, if you have better damage dealers, feel free to sub them in and out. This is just the full free-to-play team I'm working on. And that last slot, you really want a controller, a buffer. They're the two main ones that you want. Something that has AoE stuns, or, you know, a defense buff, attack buff, stuff like that. Unfortunately, the two best units that I would like to put into that slot, which are Yeshua and Dahlia, are both Ripple Dungeon units, and you can't get them any other way. So that is unfortunate, but eventually I will farm them from the Ripple Dungeons and we can sub them in. If not, might even get the fusion done before I get one of them, and then my team will be sorted. Still really want the Dahlia. She really helps for reliability in my opinion, so we're going to look at that. But that covers it for today. Like I said, I'll be back with another video tomorrow covering day 2 progress. But let's go in and let's do our Shimmer summon anyway and see if we can get a nice 5-star Shimmer toy for this account. It ain't going to happen. The thing that really annoys me about Shimmer summons as well is like, all I want is Yeshua and Medusa. And they're the only 2 3-star shimmers you can't summon. It's like they're the only 2 I want, and I can't summon them. The others I really don't care about. But let's give it a spin. Let's give it a spin. Please go purple. Okay. I used to in soft launch get excited when I saw a blue shimmer because I'm like, it could be one of the good units. But now it's like, this is boring because I don't really want any of the other units. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. She is actually a unit that I could put into my team. As that final unit. She's actually not horrible, but I don't want to be using a 3-star shimmer that's not, you know, that might be harder for other people to get. She does have the defense leader skill, heals the teammate 10% of their max health and grants another turn. And I believe this one here, he's an ally for 25% of the ally's max HP at the cost of 20% HP and increases the target's AP by 50%. Maybe I throw her in for a bit of fun, but I really want the skill up, so I'm not going to skill her up. And then she does have a speed down, which isn't too bad. And then if we go to her ascension, we've got this one here, which then also, if the select teammate is dead, resurrects them with 10% of their max HP remaining, grants a bonus turn. So like, she could be okay for this slot. Like if I could throw her in and run triple healers, but like I said, I'm going to get the fusion pretty quick, so I don't need to do it. And plus she's not the easiest unit to get. So we'll just leave that as is. I just got off on a little bit of a tangent, but that is day 1 progress. Like I said, if you're not refreshing stamina, this might take you 3-4 days to get to this point, but I hope it helped. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with another video covering day 2 progress and see where we get to. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.